And we're back. Well, at least I am. I don't know what happened to Random. Yeah, he done ran off.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. What do you do with your camera?
Hold on.
See, this is, I know it's been a while, but this is the part where you turn the camera on.
Let's see here.
He's got to make it more interesting or something. So, anyhow, howdy, fellers. I see Chuck's here. And Chuck's here. Lori ain't far, and it's Lori's birthday. So everybody say happy birthday, Lori. And Bob Casey is here. Thank you all for the kind words. Yeah, we're back. We were gonna be back last week. Well, now he went away altogether. Well, I was gonna be back last week, but I've had some health issues. I'm still fighting them, and let's just say don't get old. Or how do you know you get old? Your back goes out more than what you do. So, of course, Laurie. I'm not gonna sing though. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. I don't need to clear the chat like that or the stream like that. I guess Dad decided to go away altogether. He was working on firmware update, so he probably had to restart his computer. Always a good time, just as you go live, to update your firmware. Speaking of firmwares, 51 Drones released a video with, yeah, that's not gonna happen there, Chuck. I can carry a tune in a bucket, and I'm not gonna try to prove it. So, anyway, let's get back to the old firmware. 51 Drones. He released a video that the FCC and their infinite wisdom, and yeah, Bruce, in their gracious wisdom, allows us to get firmwares for our existing drones, at least for the next year, or at least till January 1st of 27, after which we may or may not get it. I just like to know who there seems to think they're going to be able to enforce this. I mean, anybody with a VPN is going to walk right around that thing. But for now, this is what they come up with. Yes, you can have firmware updates till January 1st of next year, and after which I have no idea how they're going to stop us from getting them, but hey, whatever.
I had to do a restart.
Yeah, we figured as much.
Yeah, I uploaded the new firmware probably because the Insta360 camera went to the Pro 2. They probably pushed an upload, and I finally got the notification. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. Next thing you know.
Speaking of Insta came out with another generation of webcam. What's that? The Link Pro now?
Yeah, it's the Link 2 Pro. It's yeah,
the thing is, it's 4K capable. The problem is none of your freaking streaming servers support 4K streaming right now. So they kind of ahead of themselves.
Right.
Awesome. Howdy, fella.
Yeah, it will be full. Will be full 4K streaming before too long, but you really don't need it. I mean, that's you really don't have to have
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be interesting for a studio camera if you're going to do reviews or whatever to have that capability of recording 4K. Um, but I don't. I think I'm going to stick with my now outdated Link 2.
No, it's not outdated. The Link 2 is, hot. It's a hot commodity. It's a good camera. It's
Well, I got both. I got the Link 2 and I got the Link 2C for my,
Oh, you did get that. Oh, that's right. You said, did you get for the down camera?
yeah.
Let's see that.
I don't know why it's not working right now.
Yeah, I that's what I was going to do. I was going to get either the Link 2C or just as because I don't need a gimbal, or go with the Pro and then throw. I just don't know if that having a gimbal would be hard on that downward camera.
Yeah, I've got the down camera, the 2C, but
Damn,
for
I
whatever
freaking
reason, it's not turned on right now. So I'm sure there's something that,
yeah, my camera's so freaking bright right now. Holy crap. Makes my lights look like they're jacked on there. Let's turn that down. Let's turn that intensity down just a little bit. Yeah, been kind of a ghost town. It doesn't mean that there isn't stuff to do, but everything that I'm doing now is I'm basically picking up the scraps and finishing stuff out that people are trying to basically move out and get rid of right now. That's basically
it's
what's
not a
happening.
ghost town. I mean, Radio Master just released another generation of the TX16S. Now we have the Mark III, which is built in Gemini, so it has the capability of the 900 hertz or 2.4 gig, and it has dual transmitters. So um, you have two antennas in that thing. One is hidden inside the handle, and the other one is on top, quite visible. But yeah, we do have those now. We do have that capability in that thing. I mean, that's a pretty slick looking radio. I love the color, that blue. Let me.
Now we just need to go with the radio. You need some new gear to run it with. It's just the problem with just having a radio come out and not have other gear come out. It's just like, well, I got my radio and now works and it works with all my old gear, and you get into that whole
Well,
conundrum.
I mean, the receivers are available. I mean, they're even available off freaking Amazon. Okay, he didn't like that comment. Apparently, made himself go away. But we have, let's see, TX16S Mark III. That's not the Max though. Oh, no. There we go. You didn't want to stick around? Didn't like what I have to say, or what?
No, I'm thinking with my stuff, man. I got to stop it. I have a hard time not messing around with stuff. Okay, I'm
Too
done.
many buttons.
Too many buttons to push. All right, I'm done with that.
And
There it
here
is.
is,
The best radio ever.
I like this one. I like the colors on that. I really like the colors.
Yeah, it is
That
pretty sharp. And it's got 1,000 freaking buttons on it and 14 levers, and it's
yeah.
got pretty much everything you need and more crap than you need.
It's got a huge color touch screen on it.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is pretty decked out. And it actually has sliders on the backside too, which is kind of
Yeah.
slick. But this is more suitable for a freaking plane than it is for a quadcopter. But
I like that the switch arms are differentiated by length. I think that's cool. I like that.
yeah,
Where you can feel, which arm you're on. And that to me, when you're flying, and you're totally focused on your aircraft, and you have that you have a heightened tactile sense with your hands, and to know which is front and which is back. Obviously, you use your index finger and your ring finger, when you're flicking those back and forth.
yeah,
It depending on if you're pinching that. If you're pinching, now you're flipping with your ring finger, and then your
little
other,
finger.
yeah,
But I mean, it's $270. This is the max version. So
and it's dual antenna. So you got the front,
yeah,
yeah, and then the stand comes out, which offers another antenna. What's that antenna? That was the
they're both Gemini antennas. So they're both that funky, like on this receiver, we
yeah.
have the
Well, could you
2.4 gig and the 900 megahertz antenna, both built in within each other.
could you twist one of the antennas so you got one that's
Yep,
vertical, and then you'll
yep,
have one that's horizontal?
yep.
That would have saved my quadcopter.
This thing right here, it twists 90 degrees, so you would have that. Well, it would have saved Mr. Crop.
Yeah, if I'd have
I
had
wouldn't have
basically,
saved your Gap RC because if you turn off your radio, I mean, or
it's true.
if you turn off the arm switch, there's no radio in the world that's going to help you.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I did. I did disarm it,
If you
didn't I?
disarm mid-flight, that's game over.
You know what? I have been so bored lately of what I've been flying with. That would actually be fun to go out and just I have to get Gep RC back out and actually have an enjoyable flight. That deserves to, I deserve to do a cruising flight with that.
So, I mean, for me, the GX12 is still plenty for what I need. But I mean, this price is pretty freaking compatible. So let's see how much is the regular 199 was the
Standard gimbals, right?
with standard gimbals, which those gimbals are already plenty good enough.
And you said in ELRS it's dual band.
Yep.
I wonder what
It's
that
the Gemini.
I wonder what that would feel like. I'm just trying to, if, I guess it'd be okay. He's thumb flying there, that person.
Yeah.
I mean, I
See.
know it's not. I know that the GX12
Yeah,
is more
all
suitable.
Gemini is still 170. So
That
and
one's
that's
more economical, but it's really not that much cheaper. Crappy, for
yeah, but
another 30 bucks.
Gemini has CNC gimbals in it.
For another 30 bucks, you can get the hottest and the best, and then have the touchscreen.
Well, for one, I don't need the touch screen. For another, the
Yeah.
GX12 already has CNC gimbals in it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it comes with them?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's an advantage. It's a higher end build.
see what's the
And why do you really need the touchscreen anyway? Give me a case in point that the touchscreen would be really, better or helpful.
there are plenty of guys that swear by them.
Yeah.
I don't really ever change anything on the fly, but
Yeah.
there's some guys that need whatever. If I ever could get this radio in white was the all blue switches, like that Max 3 is now.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd get that.
They did make it look nice. I mean, to have color options, I think that's, there's very few companies that are really giving you any options at all. And they, to have that, that's just another reason to want to be able to use that.
But yeah, no, the Gemini is going to give old TBS a run for their money. That's for sure. And I'm seeing a lot of guys giving up on TBS, even though I think that's not the move to make. But
I'm really digging the split view camera on Google or on Google Chrome. It's nice for a big monitor. It's freaking awesome because I can pull out the chat window and throw it in as a split view and throw it in the regular window. It's kind of cool.
yeah, I mean that's the very freaking Windows 11 thing where you can split your screens every which way.
Yeah, to be able to split it inside
I use that quite a bit because I have to work off of like 2 or 3 different
right.
um, forms, and being able to evenly just put those on a 32-inch monitor, you can put 3, 4, you can split that monitor 4 ways and
Yeah.
still be able to reach it.
Well, that I mean, yeah, it'd be the best of all worlds. Yeah, like you're saying, it'd be to divide your monitor into thirds because it's
Well, you got
well,
a single one, you got the 49-inch screen, so
gamers are basically putting a vertical screen above them, which is where they throw their chat window, which I think that's really cool too. But that's just another freaking thing to go wrong. But for what you do, you need a flat screen. You need a flat plane. Curved would I don't know if it'd mess you up when you're working in CAD.
actually the curve doesn't mess you up too much.
Not too much.
Yeah, I've had at my last shop, they went and bought me a curved screen, but I was like 39-inch or something like that. That was huge.
Yeah.
But no, what I've got is dual 32s was the QHD resolution. And then my laptop screen, which my laptop's sitting on the pedestal next to me now. And I'll keep my email open on that during the day. So I always get an eye on my inbox. But anyhow, yeah, no, well, get FPV with advertising. Oh, let's before we get into that, Impulse RC. In case you guys haven't heard it yet, they are shutting down, and that's if you have the Impulse RC driver fixer on. No, if you don't have it on your computer yet, you better get it downloaded like now. Impulse RC had a couple of utilities that you could download off their site, and you better get them downloaded because when Impulse shuts down, they will no longer be available. Impulse RC made the Apex frames too. So that's gonna suck.
So have they officially, I mean, were they already struggling before that though? I mean, is this like are we going to completely blame the current climate and that why they're not going to be around?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes companies just don't get around. They're just fall out of favor, and people are find other places to source things.
Impulse RC was working with Mr. Steel on frames.
Yeah,
Um, they were not cheap, but they were good. Um, Impulse RC, like I said, they've been around since 2015,
yeah.
but
Did they cite sourcing material or nothing? Did they cite anything? I'm just curious what they cited, on their in their
so only says here after more than a decade serving the FPV community, we made the difficult decision to close Impulse RC. As of today, our website and warehouse operation have ceased.
yeah.
When we launched the Alien back in 2015, we had no idea it would become what it did, or what we stole. Will we still be shipping spare parts for original designs a decade later? The longevity is entirely down to you. Thanks for believing in what we built. If you have serious business inquiry, you already know how to reach us. To every pilot who flew an Alien, Apex, or any of our frames, thank you. It's been an honor to be part of the community and play a small role in the golden era of freestyle. So, yeah, Impulse RC is gone. And that's going to suck. Because if you go into liftoff, the frames that you can choose from, there's a number of Impulse RC frames.
So, so is there anything that you feel is that you're excited about possibly still being happening in the RC world? Is there any, is the Ascent thing still even something people are excited about? Open IPC kind of just disappeared, or is just being, maybe turned into something in the wings, or people just say screw it. They went back to analog and they said, fine, we're just going to fly analog and throw GoPros on it because GoPros are cheap, and or GoPros, DJI products, cameras are cheap. You know,
I mean, there's still some frames available. Okay.
$117.
Well,
I guess shipping.
he's he Impulse RC never been cheap.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, I'm not saying that it
for
has to be cheap. I mean, if it's good, I mean that's a
this is
7-inch
the
frame.
yeah, this is a 7-inch frame that has extra bracing. There's a Mr. Steel version of that frame available too, or there used to be a Mr. Steel version of this frame. Um, they are damn good frames. They're not cheap, but I mean, they're not that outrageous either. Because if we go look at AOS, a 7-inch frame, they're up there in price. So
I'm just looking at
right now,
wow.
what I'm seeing was the FPV space is a lot of the online retailers are starting to harp on NDAA complying flight controllers, ESCs, but the price on it is a freaking premium.
Remember when the Helion came out? One of those will cost you $1,300 right now.
Yep.
I'm just I everything's out of stock, but I'm just looking at I'm just looking through, if somebody wanted to get in the hobby and they wanted to buy the Vapor like I've got. I think I paid $450 for this Vapor with an 04 camera, with an 04 in it, Pro in it. That same thing is $620 now. I'm on Pyrodrone, so they're a little
Yeah.
bit.
This good FPV was their Lumineer Lux H743 flight controller, NDA compliant, $150 freaking dollars. It's the pricing has gone through the freaking roof. Now you talking about, I mean, TVS has the Lucid H7 flight controller. It's NDA and it's $80. That's, a bit more tolerable. But then, I mean, here's a freaking ADM ESC for $300 freaking dollars. Good God. I mean, that's $79, $80 for the flight controller, another $80 for the ESC. So now we're at $160 for the stack. And we used to be able to buy this shit for half that.
Well, you can buy a Flylens 85 from Flywoo for $289 with the wide camera. I mean, you can still go to the small, the minis, the tiny whoops.
Yeah. If you like flying those tiny damn things.
I mean, you fly it for 3 minutes and, it's. I'm just looking at, stuff that's available, and because
Yes, this homebrew 10 inches, the poor oaky version of the Helion. The Helion, I thought that had come out was a newer version of that thing too.
if you want to fly the Explorer LR, I mean, with the 04 wide, I mean, you can get that in ELRS, and that's one that
Crossfire micro module, NDAA compliant.
that's still a road that I need to travel. The 04 long range with the wide lens conversion. I don't have
Here's the white lens conversion on an 04.
Where's your build?
We can talk about that real quick too, because I actually installed this lens kit myself.
Right, you got that all together there.
And this is actually not that difficult to do. Getting the old lens off of the 04 camera, that's a little tricky. But I've just, went around the perimeter with a X-Acto knife and just, scored a little bit, and then took a pocket knife and pried on it, and it popped right off. It's not really that difficult. Now you do have to focus the lens after the fact. On mine, I screwed it all the way in, and that just happened to work. So, somewhere in this mess of my office, I actually have the ND filter too to go on here.
So this right here, what I just showed you, what I just shared with you, is the best value in FPV right now. I think that right there is under $400 and DJI ready, digital ready, ELRS or bind and
The
or
DPI already, or does it have the O4 light built in?
it has the O4 built in. O4 wide sub 250 4K 1080 micro long range. And you can get it in either version. 339 or 329. They only charge you $10 for the module for the ELRS capability. That's a good deal. I mean, for a long range flyer.
If you want long range, then put the Nano in, TBS Nano. It's sorry. If you go on long range, you might as well install the right freaking receiver in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the crossfire because you go TBS Nano and now it's 359. I just I just think that that's a great bargain for I think that's one of those things that's kept its value, and it's
Well,
stayed about the same price.
I mean, that's great that it weighs 154 grams, but
If you're just flying, it doesn't matter to be, whether it's heavy or not, but
well, this bullshit SIP 250 thing.
yeah, I got a lot
The
a Lion.
advertising the flight time was the 18650 pack, which gives you 25 minutes of flight time on that thing,
Right,
but you'd be over the freaking weight limit.
right.
You want to fly us up to 50, you can put a small battery on it. And
Possum
well,
says,
the Gemini get you long range, but the Gemini requires a 900 megahertz antenna, and that is not the 900 megahertz antenna on there. That is just an ELRS receiver,
right.
2.4 gig. So, let's Gemini is great, but you have a single antenna here, 2.4, and a horizontal attachment that, you're gonna have the null of the antenna is gonna be on either side of it. So you turn that thing at distance, and the same thing's gonna happen that happened to Mr. Croc. You're gonna hit that null,
Right.
and
And that's exactly what happened. I went I right when I started that left turn as I was coming around, it hit the middle of it and it went boosh. It went bye-bye.
if no, if it I'll leave it at 2.4, but put a dual antenna on it to where you have one vertical, one horizontal, and you got the best of both worlds.
But that thing has been $325 for 5 years. That's the only thing.
And actually, I like Flywheel and Flywheel's equipment. Flywheel, for whatever reason, figured out how to ship shit and get it to you and in a timely manner.
And there's your O4 unit there with the wide.
Yeah, and I got one laying back there somewhere. I bought 3 of those lens kits now because I'm gonna this one, the Master 3X, whatever this thing is called again. Right now, I've got that poor man's wide angle lens on there, and I'm going to put, let me make myself bigger. All right. Right now, it has the poor man's wide angle adapter on there. I will install one of these kits on this thing, and it's got the Flywoo covering kit in there, so
And it's got the accessible or vertical setup too. You can get right to the USB-C.
yeah, you get to the USB port right there. You get to your bind button at the bottom. So this is a little, sweet little setup.
Yeah, they did a nice job with that design.
And I'm gonna put this lens kit on there and just enjoy, having the full 150 some odd degree view on it. And that makes DJI somewhat affordable at this point. You can buy the Flywoo kit. You still have that screen up?
I can put it back up.
It's about $130 some for the already installed lens kit. And since Flywoo does a pretty good job. Yeah, it's 150 here now, but wait, they put them on sale on a regular basis for about $135, I think it was. And whenever their next holiday is, don't they have Chinese New Year coming up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be putting the stuff on sale again.
There's just the wide kit, but you said that's pretty challenging to get the lens off, and
it's not really that bad. I mean, don't get too freaking violent with it. Bardwell tried to install a lens kit, and he just tried to jam shit together, and actually he ended up breaking the camera because of it. But I mean, don't jam shit together. You got this wire. You got the wire that's coming into the back here, and you just have to feed it through and allow it to lay flat in here, and you don't have to jam shit together. He literally was pressing the lens and this back cover together, and just jamming the shit out of it.
yeah,
And
you can't jam stuff together when you got ribbon cables. They are so. I mean, I put ribbon cables together, and thought I was very very thorough, and tried to snap it together. It felt good, and then it went out to fly, and I'm like, crap, it's not. And then I'd go look at it up close, and I'm like, ooh, it's not in there quite right. It's such a
yeah.
it's such a you know
Now these cables are sensitive. All these electronics are sensitive. But you feed the cable in there correctly, and let things fall into place. You don't have to jam anything, and you won't break anything.
I just
So,
try to
Johnny Drone Flyers here.
go right to the big sellers, like away, like sub 250 and
Right now, the only seller I can recommend is freaking Flywood. They're somewhat reasonable in their prices. They're shipping from China,
They're
but
getting it to you.
they get it to you, I mean, fairly quick, a good bit quicker than AliExpress.
And
A
they got
hell
a
of
well,
a hell.
they got a working VTX too. That is reasonably priced, and that's the other part.
Yeah.
Like you could buy this, but then you're already ordering from Flywoo your VTX and your camera, so that's $140, to equip this thing. You know, these guys are, not, such a
Matter
big
of
fee
fact,
and
this one that I upgraded here, that is I bought this O4 unit from Johnny.
ooh, spin the
So,
win. Here's Darwin FPV.
well, now Gep RC is getting on the bandwagon of having a cage to hold the O4 unit to be able to interchange it on different frames. I think Darwin had.
And they've got reasonably,
Yeah.
reasonably
Here we
priced
go.
stuff.
Let's talk about this real quick. Yeah,
That's all I
Warren,
have.
aka Akirazo. We have to remember him. He's been a staple in many of chats, and well, one he the Air 2S Army. So here's a final salute to Akira. So yeah, unfortunately, Warren passed. I don't have any specifics on what or why or how, but uh, what I understand, he was only around 70 years old. So, and here comes Jim, our Canadian connection. Howdy, fella. Yeah. Yeah, Akira was about in everybody in every live stream always. So, yeah, may he rest in peace. I hope his family is coping okay. So, yeah, but best to everybody on that.
Yeah. When you
And
told me about that,
Jim, your weather freaking ventured down here again. Come get it, okay? This fucking 20-degree bullshit's got to stop. You all keep that freaking cold ass shit up north there. That's y'all's thing. We don't do that shit down here. Yeah, no more of this freaking 20-degree bullshit weather. At
yeah,
least now we're back
I,
to
s-
like
I
40,
sent you
40.
the ice. I sent you the ice video. Is that true?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a car. It was basically a
that,
car
that
sliding down the road in San
it
Antonio. It was no,
started.
it was Austin.
Yeah, that was in Austin, and I mean you could have seen the same thing here in San Antonio too. Um, on Saturday we had like drizzly rain all day long, and the temperature when I went to bed on Friday night, it was warmer when I was going to bed than it was gonna be any time the next on Saturday. We were going from 60 degrees to 20 degrees in the course of the day. And about 5 o'clock, I left my daughter's house and I get out to my truck and I grab the door handle on my truck and it's iced over. And we just had drizzly rain and it just kept raining and raining and raining. And yeah, it froze everything here. I got the dog water bowl out in the backyard. That was just one giant chunk of ice.
And we had a little bit of really cold stuff like that, but it wasn't. It was very short, maybe a day or two where we got below 30. We've been very mild. This January was 50s, most all January. And that's, usually January is bad. We're going to hit February this next week, and I'm going to turn the water back on because there's no coming back from February. So at least where I'm
Yeah,
at.
we're supposed to dip into freezing again tonight, 29 degrees, and then tomorrow, 31 degrees, and then we're back to Saturday. It's supposed to be back in the 20s overnight. Yeah, this shit, this freaking winter shit, yeah, that belongs up north. Y'all come get your weather. Um, I don't know. Have you heard of that freaking airplane that crashed in Bangor, Maine?
Yeah, I heard that, but I don't know any details about it.
Basically, they de-iced, got on the runway, and start taking off. And just as they were taking off, the whole freaking plane flipped over on its back and crashed. Um, 8 people on board, 7 dead. One of the pilots apparently survived, but he's in critical condition. So, but from what I've seen, they probably had freezing rain, and that particular airplane does not take kindly to any kind of buildup on the wings.
Yeah. They obviously didn't get all the ice.
Well, they did get the ice. They were in the window for the de-icing, but I was watching one channel and the guy was saying freezing rain or icy rain will build up over that shit and there's nothing you can do. And there was another plane previous to this one that was trying to take off and encountered something. They didn't know what it was, and they aborted their takeoff and taxied off. And they should have called it right there for everybody, but they didn't. Right. You know,
So,
that
so one,
Cessna came out of Houston, owned by a law firm for a girls' trip to Paris.
so you don't forget this. I'm gonna prompt you here.
Probably.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the Centauri, the Carbon 2?
The Centauri Carbon 2.
Yeah, look at that. Man, we are getting some just dandy printers. I mean, that's
$450
I
for
mean,
a
look at the,
printer that's capable of 4 colors.
and you swear by it because that thing knocks out freaking carbon prints, like you said, like nobody's business.
Yeah. I mean, I have the Centauri Carbon. I don't have the 2, so I don't have that color combo. I'm
Well,
hoping they will release that color thing for an upgrade for the original Centauris. But yeah, no, this thing will print almost as good. I'd say every bit as good as a freaking bamboo printer.
you can get the Carbon 2 with four rolls. It comes basically as a bundle.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy that PLA stuff,
Oh, it's PLA bundle. I see.
which for a lot of people, I mean, that's about all they want.
This one's got fiber and PLA, so you get a choice in
Yeah.
that one.
The anti-vibration feet are worthless.
And here's the color. This is a PLA color. It's just a good way to start. I mean, if you're just learning, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice if it came with PTG or something, or PLA plus, But that one has a fan and all that. It's just I mean, the prices are, I mean, if you're going to learn to print, I mean, for under $500 or around $500, you got basically an enclosed printer that you swear by being literally out of the box printing great.
Yep.
And you can get your own
I,
stuff.
I did not make any modifications on this printer.
And that is lifetime.
Mine is stock. Um, the firmware on it, just stick with the 1.25. Just don't bother upgrading to anything. They've been having issues getting a good on upgrading firmwares, and then they recall them. It's like weird. So I'm on the 1.25 firmware, and I'm not going anywhere with that. It works. It's got this thing even has a freaking camera in it.
Yeah.
There's some people bitching and moaning that that thing continuously calls a server back in China. But there's a button on there that turns off the Wi-Fi if that bothers you.
Look at that. There, you can get the original carbon for $269.
Yep. $269 plus $30 in shipping.
Damn. To me, that would be a huge upgrade right there, just to have the enclosed printer that can print the high temperature carbon. I mean, for that, you can it's hard to.
Oh, it says entirely carbon because there's a carbon filter in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is capable of printing carbon fiber filaments.
$269.
The Rapid PLA Plus, that is a good freaking filament for that printer. It's
Rapid
fast.
PLA. Oh, that's right. You said the fast stuff that you can really crank out. Yeah, PLA. That's
Rapid PLA Plus. It prints out the Benchy in 15 minutes flat.
yeah. I
A
printed
lot
that.
of printers that take damn near an hour to print out a freaking Benchy.
I printed this Benchy right here
Yeah,
in 15 minutes. But
that's a good looking print.
I was just goofing off because I hadn't calibrated that printer in a while. And yeah, I just wanted to check it out and just make sure everything was working. And then I had an update on the software, and it knocked this thing out in about 15 minutes. Now it took a while for it to go through its process. So, but yeah, it's a nice little Benchy, nice and solid. But this is, I got the old the Cobra, color. I I'm not a huge proponent of the color, because even with the time, the amount of time I had this, I'd be really happy with maybe two colors at the most. This has got that 4-color thing. But I think once you start introducing too many things into a print, it obviously can fail more. The other thing what I like, the concept I like, is having two different filaments. So you have a PLA plus filament in two of your spools, and then your other two spools, you'd have maybe something else like a PET G or or maybe something, simpler. You have black, and black and white, and then you have your special colors. But there's a lot of reasons why you'd want multiple filament options, but not necessarily because you're going to print a 4-color object. That's really, to me, that's not. But yeah, this
I'm
is.
not really all that into multicolor prints.
Yeah, I just don't
Um,
think you really need. It's really not. It's nice, but we print for function.
nice option to have, but the reality is most, I'd say 90% of my printing are little odds and ends for FPV quads. Little adapter and shit like that I'm doing. And that I don't need freaking color on.
Yeah, you go.
Single color is
You never printed before. You buy the Centauri Carbon 2 combo kit. It comes with everything that you need to go, and you got four spools, and it gives you can print like right away. Yeah, PETG is the shit, that's for sure. But if you can get the the stability of PETG in a PLA format, like Kai's saying, where you get some heat resistance. What temperature does a PLA plus print at? What's the temperature? You know, is
don't
it a
give me the line.
Yeah, I'm just curious if is it a heat resistant material that when you're done? Does it have the
I mean,
same?
it's PLA plus, so it's a bit no, it's a step above PLA, but it's not much.
Yeah,
I mean, you get those new materials that PSS
yeah.
CF shit that you a Neo, so you actually stick it in the oven to cure it out.
Oh,
I
well,
should be able to print that in that printer.
you're making car parts. PTG 255. What's that? Oh, that's the temperature. PET G, yeah, it's hot, but it'll withstand 255, which means that if you made something you were going to stick in your car window, or you were doing a mounting device that was going to be in the heat. Because with me, heat's everything. It's always hot, and 255 is good. I mean, it's going to keep it from melting away. But you can color print right out of the box for $480. And of course, with shipping, whatever that is. And like, see, if you're printing out really cool, like little doodads for kids, and just wanting a good hobby. I mean, I'm battling right now with the laser printer or with the laser etcher. So I'm still learning that whole process. That's another whole issue because you're working with speed and um and you know materials because a laser just starts fires. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah,
Uh,
with lasers, you have to be careful.
they start fires. I've already had a fire in my house. I was just
Well,
goofing around with a
how
quick.
come I'm not surprised?
I was just goofing around with. I just wanted to get a quick idea of what it would do. I finally figured out how to get it to run. Put an object in there. Now I got to work on the settings. Most everybody's going to burn into something like wood, and it'll cook wood pretty easy. And different woods require different temperatures and different speeds, and so it's a whole new ball game for me. You can get one of those laser etchers for $100. They're not expensive at all. They
There
stick
are
in.
some, I mean, there, like with everything, you get what you pay for,
Oh
especially
yeah,
on those laser engravers.
right. And and what's cool about a laser engraver, they'll engrave, but they'll also cut they'll cut the product out. So if you're going burning through like thin wood material, it'll chop out parts for you.
Yeah.
And then you get into CAD design again. Once again, you're now designing shit.
If I had, money to spare, I'd buy me a freaking water jet.
Well, yeah, those things are super powerful. You can cut freaking steel out of those with those things.
Yeah, well, just a little hobby water jet. If I could just cut carbon fiber with it, I'd be good.
Make frames,
Spare parts, yeah.
spare parts.
Uh,
But
instead
yeah,
of having to send off to Canada for shit.
yeah. Yep. So if I was in the market for a printer, I would go to Elegoo in an instant. That's for sure. Just from what you've said about what you bought, and um I just got too many. I got too much crap going on. I might have to move another kid here eventually in another couple of months. So
You need to get rid of your kids.
I gotta get. Well, that's the whole point.
You
Is
need
get
to
my.
get rid of your kids.
I got to get my garage back.
Permanently.
So I'm not doing laser engraving in my kitchen.
Your kids have that uh, boomerang effect. They keep coming back.
Oh man,
No
I do
matter
have
how hard you kick them out, they just keep coming back.
I do have a fun adventure on the way though. One of them's getting married, so that'll be fun. I'll do a bunch of videos when I'm on that trip. Hopefully fly some drones in New Zealand. I'll,
The
I'll,
man
I'll,
down in
I'm gonna walk in a park and pretend I'm X-Jet. Uh, I am flying a drone there though. There's no question about it. I've got property to fly it on, and I know there's a lot of rules when it comes to but there is no federal. There's no national laws other than privacy issues. So you don't have to be licensed to fly a drone in New Zealand. But they have an app, a before you fly app, which I'm going to use, and all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. You just fly where it says you can fly, and hopefully you're not pissing anybody off. I'm trying to figure out what
yeah,
drone
I
what
thought you said you were going to be like extra. That in itself makes a requirement to piss people off.
walk through a park and in sweat and talk about how much crap pisses you off. I would love to hang out with him, man. It would be a good time. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right. I think I got to go eat. So I got dinner. I
Yeah,
got dinner sitting downstairs.
it's time for a taco call.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Yeah. Let's have. I don't have taco. I have it. Well, I got a taco salad. That's kind of what I'm having today. But yeah. So yeah.
Now,
About the
going forward, we may not be as regular as we used to be, like on a weekly basis. Um, I've got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of stuff going on. You're prepping for football season, aren't you?
No, I'm prepping for this wedding. I'm gonna go back and do that too. That's another thing that I'm kind of pushing back into. that'll be after this summer, but next summer, that's a totally different story. And fall is football again. So we basically took back over the team that we that I was coaching all the years that I've coached, and we got our goal is to get them winning again. So we've been losing a lot of games lately, and
Yeah. Well, Coach Random, what could possibly go wrong?
we're taking it back over. Oh crap, dude, we're gonna win, dude. That's one thing I can do, man. I might crash drones, but we're gonna make victories where we were getting L's. I've been playing football since I was in ninth grade, man. I've trained and played football my entire life. And we are very motivated, and so
Yeah. But I mean, if your football playing is anything like flying drones,
oh yeah, every once in a while you
there are going to be some squirrel moments.
yeah, we got lots of wins, but we don't have any championships. That's another whole story. Oh, that's an elusive bird. Let me tell you something. When you're from Texas, and a state championship in Texas says an absolute a lot. Same thing from where I'm from. It's very, very elusive. It's like the Goonie bird, man. Oh
Yeah.
man, but yeah, I understand. We're talking, we've got less time, that's for sure. But I'm gonna try to do a Friday here and there. I don't know about this Friday. I've got a deadline to meet this Friday. I got a video that I got to put out for the X1, which I still haven't put out yet. Well, I did my comparison video, but I've got a lot of all I can tell you about the Hover Air X1 Pro Max is it's I do reviews for lots of drones. This one is just it's like you really don't know where to go with it because it's so different, you know. It's not like it's kind of like the DJI drones. You can just literally do whatever you need to do and it'll just do it. Um, this one will do a lot of things, but it seems like you have to work a little bit harder. It's got a bigger learning curve. That's the word. That's what I'm getting at. Um, the way the software works, but the drone itself is really durable and it's got a good camera on it. It does if it, and it's kind of like with the Neo 2 in its form. If you just push go and have it, follow you, it's literally amazing. But if anything else, you have to learn. You have to kind of work through the.
Isn't DJI releasing some in 2 days too?
Maybe, yeah, I possibly. Some people are
I
saying
thought I saw something being released on the 29th.
yeah, maybe there's a lot of speculation as it's going to be the Pocket 4 maybe. I don't know. It definitely looks like a pocket camera, and Insta360's got to come out with one too. So I might hold off on a DJI pocket camera if they come out with theirs for an Insta360 pocket camera because it's just that different. And Insta360s, as much as they're just different, they just offer a different experience, and I think people are getting a little bit desensitized to DJI, and because DJI is just always amazing. You just take it out of the box and it works. Insta360 is just it's in a process of change always. Right now I'm going over video from the new, that was, from this camera here, but it still is not the image coming out of it is in my harsh environment. It needs to have the ability to because of the big old lens, you know, you need to be able to ND it down. And I really struggle with that. If it's perfect weather, then the X5 is literally a freaking powerhouse. But if it is super bright, it doesn't it you get lots of really overexposed like light, like I'm getting right now. Right now, I've got a white. The reason why I'm so overexposed is the screen that I'm looking at is white. And if I shade it off, like watch this, if I shade this screen off, if I move it away from my face, do you see how that's changed? Um, and that's
That's
because
why I always have my screens on dark mode.
can you turn the can you turn it on dark mode for the for the um for the StreamYard app? I would put it on dark mode, that's for sure. I don't
Yeah,
can you, like I don't know where dark.
man. Now you run really dark. You shut it off. Way to fix that problem. Okay.
That was dark mode. Yeah,
That was very dark.
don't let me click on anything right now until we get this stream done.
Yeah. It is time to go. So the next stream you'll see it when it happens.
Yeah, we'll put yeah,
I'll probably put out the day before. I'll put out no. I set up the stream the day before, but it's not gonna be every Tuesday anymore. I just can't do it. I've got too much on my plate.
understandable. It's job before fun, that's for sure.
Well, it's job. It's I've got projects around the house. I've got so much shit I need to catch up on.
Yeah. And
And
yeah, we'll see.
right
We'll see.
now the old back is out, so I'm struggling right now.
Yeah, we need something to chat about too. So we'll see if there's a new camera or something that comes out. I haven't really been investing in anything. I haven't bought a single product in probably almost, I don't know, anything of any substance. I mean, I bought that little camera cage for my Action 5, and that's actually a really fun thing to do. So if you have an Action 5, just do something fun with it. It's because I can't sell them. You can't if you go online right now and you want to buy an Action 5, they are absolutely free, which really makes the camera companies struggle right now for I'm going to be doing a review at this thing. Here, let me show you something before we go here. Um a lot of reviewers are getting this. I think Idaho Quadcopter just did one for these SJ cams. I haven't done one yet, and these guys can't compete because you can't even make a low budget camera anymore because you have to compete with the next with a Action 5 for $100. You can't because you can't sell that for $100. So I feel terrible for these companies. They'll send me that, and I'm going to do a review on it, but I'm not even without even using it. I know that a used Action 4, Action 3, Action 5 is going to give you Action 2. The market is completely saturated right now with cameras.
Well,
So,
isn't the Action 6 coming sometime?
the Action 6 is out already. You can get one. Yeah, you can buy one. Well, I think on the
I'm not keeping it because really
yeah.
DJI. I don't see much sense in buying DJI right now because
Yeah.
you won't be able to get the shit serviced.
Yeah, an Action 6 is $439. You can get one cheaper. You can get one for $369 right now. An Action 6.
Yeah,
Um,
but I
and that
can't get the goddamn thing serviced if anything happens to it.
and it's not that much better than the Action 5 unless you're a multi-format shooter. So like So I just put it up really quick. I know we're going to go here, but
Yeah.
just real quick, I promise. So this has got a square sensor in it. That's the only difference really than the Action 5. So unless you really care about that, there's no difference. And then there's yeah, it's got a 1/1 inch square sensor, completely square. So you can shoot your narrow format, your wide format, just shoot everything in, what do they call that? When you just open up the sensor and you just shoot the whole thing. I forget what they call that. There's a special name for it in camera world. But yeah, everybody's shoot. Full. What the hell? Somebody tell me what that is. One of you guys knows this. Open gate. They call it open gate. So with this, you're shooting open gate and you're getting everything in that square sensor, and then you crop it to whatever you want it. And that's the advantage of it. But as far as price, I mean, you can get an Action 5 for $120, or you can go and buy a used one right now. But and this does have a variable aperture, f2 to f4. But I really haven't seen much different in f2. It's really, except for the fact that if you use if you just get a pocket, just get a pocket 3. So, but yeah, or use your phone.
Since you're already going off the reservation, I'm gonna go off the reservation a
All
little
right,
bit
Eric, you got one. We'll give you one. Go ahead. do your
because
do your off the reservation. Yeah, so that's an 8K 1/1 155-degree camera sensor, square. But crop down, it's the same as what you got before, same pixels. And that's 369 without extra batteries, just if get the camera. So there's the reason why you're getting it right here. Because of being able to do that. That it would be the reason why you'd want that camera. All your aspect ratios, open gate, one time. Yeah, yeah, you can crop in a little bit more, yes, because it is a little bit. It does have what 8K, right? 8K is sweet, yeah, but we don't. Do you need it for YouTube? No, because you can only do 4K, right? Yeah.
here I've done a little 360 camera work. I
Yes.
went to Nashville over the holidays, and this is actually an inside shot from the Bandit car.
You can make that square. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's the beauty of that camera. You just stick that freaking handle in there, get an image.
Yeah, this is what the Bandit car looks like from the inside.
The T-top. Well,
We were at the uh, Country Music Hall of Fame, and they have that car sitting there.
eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. Got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Fun show. Looks like look at the that's been well driven, that's for sure. If you look at the left panel for the left side panel there, seats are in pretty good shape. But you can see where that person was basically putting their elbow there. And
This is one of Elvis's Cadillacs, complete with TV and record player and telephone. But yeah, no, that 360 camera, I took it out on vacation and I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah, the
So
360 camera is fun. That's for sure.
actually, what was the nice thing was that 360 camera just taking regular pictures on one lens
I'm gonna
because
try
it
that.
has such a wide field of view.
Yeah.
You could be really close to shit and take pictures without having a bunch of people stand in front of you.
Right. I think there is a I saw somebody with the handle kit for that. There's just a handle so you can hold it correctly. Because the biggest thing is stabilizing it. You know, you don't when you're trying to
Yeah. Well, now that they have that new freaking firmware update where it has a virtual gimbal built into it,
right. You can use that with your thumb, you know.
yeah,
But you
it's
got to get that handle. You've got to have the ability to stabilize it. And yeah, I see that.
just put the selfie stick under it, and it made it such a snap to use. It was just simple.
Lori, everybody wanted a 1977 Pontiac Firebird. That was a great yeah.
Yeah,
77, 78. I think 79 they changed the headlights. They made them square or something, or I can't remember what they did to it. That one did have
it is
rectangular.
time to go. I've got a puppy scream of bloody murder. I don't know
Alrighty.
what the going
Hey,
on here.
that's good. Let's finish her up here. I appreciate you. Uh I gotta go eat. I got food sitting downstairs screaming
Yeah,
my name. So
I've got food coming in. Should be here shortly too. So
uh, but yeah, I might go on Friday. I don't know. It's right now, I've got a lot of stuff this week. I gotta finish that hover air video. I've got a lot of footage that I shot, and I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. They're like, you got to put the video out. Oh, I am not gonna do one more damn thing for any company anymore. I'm done with that crap. I'll buy my own freaking stuff. It's like being nagged at by somebody that it doesn't even know you, and you're like, I'm just like,
okay. No, it's time to go. I'm hungry.
anyway, that's enough of that. See ya. Have a good
All right.
one.
See y'all later. Whenever that